Hello, everybody in the social media world, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. I'm Larry Lazar, also called Coach Larry, and welcome to the welcome to Motivation Monday. Now, what is so now? Who am I? As I said, I'm a life coach specializing in areas of business development, health, and spirituality. And Motivation Monday kind of incorporates a lot of different things. And here's why. What we a lot of times we are so held up by our fears and our perceived limitations as to what we can and cannot do. The fact is, human beings are capable of much more than we think we are. And here's why. Take the elephant. I remember going to a circus with this little kid, taking some kids to the circus, and there was these elephants, and I was looking at these elephants, and they were very docile, but they were massive, and they just stood in their place. They didn't move. They didn't go anywhere. When someone held out a peanut, the elephant took its trunk and took the peanut from the kid's hand, no problem. But they didn't move. They didn't try to walk away. They didn't try to escape. And what was interesting to note about that is that they were only held there by a little piece of rope tied around the hind foot. And the rope was connected to a wooden stake that was dug into the ground. That's it. Now, you or I, if all we had was a piece of rope around our foot, right or left, doesn't matter, and a wooden stake into the ground, all we have to do is pick up our foot, kick off the stake, and go wherever we want. It's not that strong. So if we could do it, why can't an elephant? And here's the reason. The elephant doesn't believe it can. Why? It was explained to me very simply. When an elephant is born, and as the elephant is developing, whenever they want to keep the elephant confined, they take a chain around and put it around the foot of around the elephant's foot, and it's chained to a large piece of concrete, very heavy, and the elephant can't move. The elephant just can't move from from that spot. And they do this with the elephant for days, weeks, months, maybe even years, so that when the elephant becomes bigger and becomes an adult, the elephant does not, the only thing that you need to hold the elephant in place is that little piece of rope with a stake into the ground. That's it. Now, physically, that elephant can just walk away and carry the rope and the stick with it without any problem. Physically, yes, but in its mind and from the memories of its childhood, there is no. Unfortunately, they don't believe they can because they remember the trauma of the youth of not being able to move from the spot they were in because of the heavy restraints. So they don't need much of a restraint in their adult life. And there's a lesson in that. Much of our limitations that we have as human beings are self-inflicted. In fact, it's nothing more than that little piece of rope to the stake in the to that stake in the ground. Why? So many times we think we can't do something. We may have tried something similar and failed in the past, and so we stop trying. And that's why a lot of people, sink into the quagmire of mediocrity, because we don't believe we can do it. We don't believe we could succeed. We say, well, I didn't come from the right kind of family, or I don't have enough money, or I'm not strong enough, or I'm not tall enough, or I'm not this enough. And these limitations that we believe we have are in our minds. Just like the elephant's mind thinks that piece of rope is the chain on a heavy piece of concrete that it can't escape from. It's the same thing. So all I'm saying is kick away that the stake in the ground and move and follow your passion. Do the dreams. Do what you fear most. Don't pay attention to the self-imposed limitations. I'm not saying that there aren't certain obstacles and certain real limitations that people have, certain challenges. But there are people that lack the use of their limbs that can still do amazing things. I remember a video of a woman who was born literally with no legs, and her birth parents, just threw her off into the street and walked away like she was nothing, like she was garbage. And this very sweet older couple who had already raised their children took this little girl and raised her as their own. And they always encouraged this girl to do anything that she wanted to do. And she thrived in school. She actually did well in sports, believe it or not. Yes, she was in a wheelchair. Yes, she used her arms. She had a lot of upper body strength because she didn't really have a lower body. And you know what she became? Oddly enough, a professional gymnast. I'm not kidding. You go into some of the posts that I have on Facebook, there is a video of that. In fact, what's even funnier is that her biological twin sister was also a professional gymnast, and they had actually gotten together towards the end of that video. I'll have to find it and share it and share it so you'll know what I'm talking about. It is an amazing, amazing thing. The human being is capable of so many things. What are you capable of? When I did my radio show Live with Larry, I always believed, and I still do, that you should unleash your powerful self, because we all have a certain inner power. I say unleash it. As Nike says, just do it. If you like these videos and you want to see more of them, by all means, click on the subscribe button, click on the bell so that you'll be notified of future videos. Anytime I have a good idea, anytime I have a message, you'll be the first to see it. Also, check out some of the links in the show notes. That if you want to learn more about some of the other things that I recommend doing to save time and delegate to other people, so that you can do the most productive and profitable thing for yourself, for your business, for whatever you need. The only thing I could say is have a great night, have a great day, stay powerful, and come on and tune in on Wednesday for Healthy Hump Day. Stay powerful, people.